guys, happy end of March. Spring has officially sprung, in terms of the spring equinox at least. The weather here has been starting to look a little springish. We had the most mild winter. We had a random really chilly day, a couple of days, last week or the week before, and some really random snow that didn't last very long. But aside from that, it's really been a very mild winter. In this past couple weeks, it's been just like raining. We had one day that was 80 degrees, which was beautiful. I took Charlotte to the Botanic Garden. We had a wonderful time. There wasn't that much to see at the Botanic Garden just yet, but they've planted a lot of crocuses, and like kind of those late winter, early spring bulbs, which are some of my favorite flowers. So that was in addition to enjoying the weather, that was one of the main reasons we went, and they were just so beautiful. I'll pop in a couple crocus pictures for you guys if you're interested in that sort of thing like I am. Anyway, this is the end of the month, beginning of the new month ritual of sharing my favorites from the past month. Last month, I started a new thing on my blog where I share some of my favorite moments from the past month, so that's more like personal life things, whereas on here I'm talking about mostly stuff. Some people, but stuff, not quite as like personal, anecdotal stuff. So I will have that blog post up as well, hopefully today, if not tomorrow, and I will link that for you guys if you want to check it out to see what we've been up to and what we've been enjoying. But anyway, today I'm going to talk about my usual lifestyle grab bag of loves: clothes and accessories, beauty, home goods, multimedia, tasty treats. I didn't bring a tasty treat, but I know what to talk about. And baby mommy favorites, which I tack on at the end just in case you're not interested in that sort of thing. It's at the very end, so you can see everything else first and not have to watch that. Okay, so clothes and accessories. Honestly, I wear the same clothes pretty much all the time. T-shirt, cardigan, jeans. I talked about my favorite jeans last time. My current favorite jeans, which are the cut from the cloth ones. Love those still. But I know this is kind of an accessory, but it's kind of clothing as well. I do wear them every day. I bought myself new slippers. I have worn the UGG. Are they called the Cozy 2? I think that's what they're called. Like scuff style slippers, like that slide on. For years, and I've loved them for years, and I wear them into the ground. A pair barely lasts me a year, honestly. They get like worn the heck out. I do wear them year round, even though they're like Sherpa lined in. This is like really warm Sherpa. I just love them. They give me the support I want and whatever. Well, I got kind of tired of how like gross and worn down they get so quickly for me. They are really well made. It's just I really like wear them into the ground. So I decided to try something else, and I've kind of thought about this style slipper, this sort of like boiled or felted wool kind of slipper for a while, and I decided to pull the plug. So I bought these maybe about 6 or 7 weeks ago. These are by, and now I'm gonna try I actually looked up how to pronounce this. I don't know if I'm actually pronouncing it right, but I did try in advance to pronounce it right. The company is called Haflinger. I think you don't pronounce the G as a hard G, but if you do, it's Haflinger. I don't think that's it. It's a kind of horse, I think. And there's actually a little picture of a horse on their label, but it's a pure wool slipper. These have become just my new favorite thing. First of all, they have amazing arch support. If you have high arches, I do, amazing. I also have like a bunion that's not so fun. Bunions are not Funyuns. Don't confuse the two. This accommodates that well, gives plenty of room. I wear these all day. I am in my house a lot. I am on my feet a lot. I'm running up and down the stairs a lot. I'm running around the kitchen a lot. I'm running around a lot in general. They offer so much support. They have a wonderful cork sole. I believe that's cork at least. So they feel very sturdy, and they're just easy. And I feel like I can wipe them clean. They feel like a lot easier for me to keep sort of surface clean than the UGG ones were. And I just had to mention them because I love, 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 love them, and I kind of wish I could wear them outside. I'm like, why can't I wear them outside? I mean, I wouldn't wear my house slippers outside. I'd buy a different pair. But these would be really nice travel shoes in the winter because they're really comfortable and pretty warm, but they're not like stifling warm. And you can also slip them on and off, so it's easy to get through TSA security and stuff like that. Anyway, had to mention that. An accessory, like a true accessory favorite, I'm obsessed with these bangles from Lillian & Co. And I'm gonna have to put up a close-up picture. I actually have two. They come in different different metal tones. Silver, which I have two of, and then a gold and then a rose gold tone, which I don't have currently. But they're Disney-inspired bangles, so they include phrases or words or quotes, however you want to say it, from popular Disney films and songs. So I have Do as Dreamers Do, and I have Courage and Be Kind, which is from the newer, like the live action Cinderella movie from a couple of years ago. I wear these every day. I love them. They're kind of almost like affirmations for me. I look down at them and I think yes. And when I get up, I usually just wear one at a time, although you could totally wear, I mean, you can have them stacked. I've seen pictures of people who stack them, and they look good together too. I kind of like just having one, but both works too. So when I get up in the morning and I'm putting my makeup on and stuff, I pick which one kind of really resonates with me for that day. If I want to do the Do as Dreamers Do one or the Have Courage and Be Kind one, both really resonate every day for me on a personal level, but you know, I don't know, it's just a nice thing. And I just love this. And it's nice to support small businesses with passion behind their work and their creation. So I will put a link to the website below. You can read more about the folks who founded this company and all about that and all the different bracelets they have available. I do know that they run out of some of I know the Have Courage and Be Kind one kind of sells out often. I just stuttered there. You guys know what I mean though. So if you follow them on Instagram, and their Instagram is linked on their website, I'm sure, but if not, I'll pop that in below too. They give you a heads up as to when they're restocking certain things. If you're curious, I also have a couple of Tiffany bracelets on. The silver bead one Dawn gave me many moons ago that I've loved for years and years, and the black one is actually a new one, which was a gift from a friend, which was so lovely, and I've been wearing that every day as well. But they're all favorites. Okay, I'll link all this stuff below because it's all favorites. Alrighty. Right, beauty. Again, I feel like I just haven't had a lot of makeup stuff to talk to you guys about because I kind of wear the same makeup every day, and I've already talked about pretty much all of it. But I try to think of different things that make an have importance to me in my beauty routine, or whatever you want to say. And one of those things that has been important to me really over this past year has been keeping my fingertips and hands moisturized. My hands are in better shape. I use a lotion kind of like a crazy lady, and it just helps a lot counteract the dryness that I seem to be prone to. And also I just have my hands in water a lot with a baby, you know, bathing and washing dishes. I try to wear gloves when I wash dishes. I don't wear gloves when I bathe my baby. I've gotten some really weird emails about that, like people asking if I wear gloves when I wash my baby. No, I don't do that. But anyway, my fingertips, especially, and my cuticles get so dry and cracked and crusty. And there was a time last year where for months and months I had huge cracks, especially in my right thumb, top of my right thumb, right by the nail, that I couldn't, no amount of lotion was doing anything to. So I purchased this little tin from L'Occitane, and it's their 100% natural shea butter. And that's what it is. It is shea butter. When you first get a tin of this and it's brand new, it feels a little bit hard and you can't really, it's not spreadable, and it doesn't seem like it's ever gonna really work, but you just gotta warm it up a little bit with your finger, and once you start making a dent in it, it comes out and it glides on like nothing. And I really mainly just use this on my fingertips and my cuticles. I try to do it a couple times a day. Usually the only times I remember are when I wake up and before I go to bed. but it's made a huge, huge, huge difference. And even if I forget to put lotion on in a day and I remember to do this, it keeps things together. Now, my hands are still not in perfect condition. They're not perfectly moisturized, and they are still dry, but it definitely helps. So I highly recommend that. It comes in a bigger size too, but I like this little one. This has lasted me a really long time. I mean, I probably have had this, I don't even know how long, a long, long time, and I've still got some in there. But I definitely, you guys, is there not a Sephora sale in the spring for VIB members? I feel like there is. It's not quite, I don't know if it's not 20%, maybe it's only 15 or 10%, whatever. It's still a discount. And I've been waiting. There's some things, like some of my like regular things I need to stock up on, like some skincare stuff and some just like, you know, my like brow gel and stuff like that I've just been waiting to buy in hopes of that sale. But I don't know, maybe they're not gonna have it. I feel like it's usually around April. So maybe, any of you guys have any info on that, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to know. Okay, so moving on now to home goods. I have hesitated to talk about these for a long time because I cannot directly find a link to them anywhere. I've actually purchased these at Whole Foods, and I don't know where you can buy them in any other store. But it is my set of stainless steel bowls. I cannot tell you how useful these are. I think they're a staple in any kitchen. It's one of my go-to housewarming gifts, especially for people, you know, starting out in a new, you know, kind of like younger couples, I would say, because it's just a really nice staple. Stainless steel bowls are just so easy to keep clean and so nice and lightweight. It's not like glass where you have to worry about them breaking. They can get banged up a little bit. It's not the end of the world, and it's really not hypoallergenic. What do I want to say? It's good for, you know, prepping food, because stainless steel is a good thing to use for that. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm sure some of you know what I mean. And they're just great to have, and nowhere else have I seen a bowl of this size. Like, how massive is that bowl? It's huge. So they actually sell these individually at my Whole Foods, and they're not inexpensive, but to me it is a price worth paying. Honestly, I've had them for so long. I've had ours for like probably a decade. I don't know how much they retail for off the top of my head. I've seen on Amazon you can buy sets and things. I don't think they get quite as big as this big one though. But you can find stainless steel bowls for a good price on Amazon, and I'll try to link one or two that I can find down below, but honestly, I can't vouch for them because I haven't tried them personally. All I can vouch for is the ones that I found at Whole Foods. And again, I don't even know if this is something they sell at all Whole Foods. I know they sell them at my local one, but just so useful and great for babies to play with too. Babies love banging on stainless steel bowls. And I don't worry about Charlotte playing with those. Like, I give her a wooden spoon and a bowl and she's happy as a clam while I'm cooking dinner. So definitely worth it in my opinion. And now I'm gonna have to consult, that didn't come out right. Now I'm gonna have to consult my list because I have so many, what do I wanna say? Multimedia favorites this month. Right, I wanna keep on track. A book. I've been reading something. Well, I've been listening to something on tape, but I've also started reading the book version too because I found the book on tape so powerful. And by book on tape, it's not really tape. Like, does anybody have tapes anymore? Maybe some people, but you know, it's not a mainstream thing anymore. I use Audible, which is an app. It's easy because I can buy directly from Amazon and it just loads onto my app. So that works out really great. This, you might think is like a self-help book and that might turn you off to it. Don't let the category of this book fool you. This is Rising Strong, The Reckoning, The Rumble, The Revolution by Brene Brown, who is a very well-known, I don't want to say like self-help book writer, but you know, she talks a lot about, she does a lot of research and work in shame and community and that sort of thing. I'm really not well versed in how to say this properly, but I bought this book because why did I buy this book? Somebody recommended it? I don't even remember. This is a book, I don't think you have to be going through something to read this book. Yes, it is very helpful if you are going through something, you feel like you're at a low, you need picking up, you feel like, you know, you're face down in the arena, as she likes to say in her book, is one of her big metaphors. It's extremely helpful for those times, but we all go through those times, and multiple times in a year. More than that sometimes less. I mean, even the people who are just like, as some would say, shot in the ass with luck, go through face down moments where they're just like at the lowest of their lows. It's just part of being human. It doesn't matter what your situation is or what things look like on paper. We all go through things. We're all human, you know, but I think it's nice to have a tool like this to kind of help you think about those moments, think about how you deal with them, and how you can maybe help yourself better in your perspective about them. And I'm always very interested in sort of introspective things like this, sort of self-reflection, kind of thinking about how I can better myself, how I can live more authentically and wholly. You know what I mean though, wholeheartedly even. You might hear, Dawn's playing with Charlotte downstairs, so you might hear some exclamations of joy. Anyway, this is just so powerful. The author actually reads this book out loud in the audio version, which is my preferred way of listening to an audiobook when possible, especially with nonfiction, because it's just so I think it's more powerful that way, to know that it's from their own words, from their own mouth, and their own voice. And it's been good. Honestly, I'm not like in a face down moment right now. I know like I said, we've all been there. We all have those, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more in my life. But this is just helping me really kind of frame and consider more carefully how I am and how I deal with those times when I'm in them. So I can't recommend this enough. I have actually bought her other book, Daring Greatly, which I'm going to read next. I don't make a lot of time to read anymore. I wish I had more hours in the day, and I do need to sleep at least a little bit. I wish I could read more, and I do try to make some more time for it. But like I said, the audiobook made such a big impact on me that I did decide to go back and read it, because I find that sometimes, well, actually most of the time, reading something, I can even get deeper into it, and it can resonate more with me. Although I do enjoy the audiobook, and I would recommend it. Let me look at my list now. Okay. Oh yes, new music. Ed Sheeran finally came back with a new album. I say finally because it feels like it's been a long time since his last album came out, which I loved. I really did. I know he's kind of like popular and, I don't know, mainstream, but I'm not ashamed. I like that kind of music. And I think Ed Sheeran's great. I like his voice. I like his vibe. I like his story. His new album, Divide, I feel a little bit divided about. See what I did there? I do really enjoy it. Let me pull it up, because I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I don't know all of the song names like by heart. Some of it I find a little, I don't know, some of it got a little bit too poppy for me, I guess, just in terms of personal preference. But one of my favorite songs on the album is Castle on the Hill. I don't know, I just really like that song. I like the beat, I like the groove. I kind of like the sentiments of it. I don't know, I like a lot of the songs. I feel like he did kind of a really eclectic collection of things, some with definite influences from, I think he traveled around the world in his recent time away from the spotlight, I guess, from the fame platform. So you can definitely tell that there's been some influence there, but it does feel a little disjointed because of all those different influences. Mostly I prefer albums that really flow, that really, do you know what I mean? They're really cohesive and kind of flow, like each song kind of flows into the next. This doesn't do that quite as much, but there are standout songs in it that I really like. And I do like Ed Sheeran a lot in general. So I thought I should mention that. Oh yes. We finally watched Moana. So before I show Charlotte anything, and she's 15 months old, she doesn't like watch whole movies, but she does enjoy having movies on in the background. Sometimes when I'm cooking dinner and she's like particularly like needing a lot of attention and I just can't give it to her, I'll put on a Disney film or something like Mary Poppins in the background that has a lot of music in it. And she doesn't like sit there staring at the TV watching it, but she'll like kind of bop along to the music, and she'll look at the TV when it's when they're actually singing. But I always like to watch something before I show it to her just to make sure. And I'd never seen Moana. It's one of the newer Disney movies, so Dawn and I actually watched it a few weeks ago. We both loved it. We thought it was great. And the music is just very catchy and it's easy to sing along to. I've enjoyed singing it to Charlotte, and Charlotte loves the songs in that movie. So we've definitely had a lot of Moana going on in our house. And I love that they used, I'm really not well versed in Hawaiian history and culture to know how closely Disney stuck to and respected actual like facts and roots and things like that. I can only hope that it's pretty close. It seems pretty close, not knowing much as a, on the outside looking in kind of thing. But I like that they used Hawaiian natives for most of the parts. And to kind of, I don't know, it just feels more authentic that way. But if any of you like know one way or the other if it's pretty accurate reflection of Hawaiian mythology and history and all of that stuff, religion, everything, let me know, because I'm curious actually. I'm curious if they're close to it. I know like we've been to Hawaii a few times together, Don and I know that we've heard about the story of Maui and how, and that seemed pretty like consistent with what we were told when we were in Hawaii. So I don't know. I like the movie though. I highly recommend it. I don't think Disney movies are just for children. I really don't think that at all. A lot of the humor in Disney movies goes right over kids' heads, and is actually kind of meant for the adults. So it's nice. I think Disney handles that pretty well. For the most part, at least in recent years. I can't speak to like a long time ago when things were different, but at least in recent years, I feel that way. Oh yes, and lastly, I have a new, this is such a long video, you guys, I'm sorry. I have a new Instagram obsession. When we were in Disney World, I met somebody named Brooke who came up to me very sweetly. She apparently had watched some of the half marathon videos I'd posted back in the day when I used to run Disney races. I hope to again one day, but it's not anytime soon probably. But anyway, she said I had inspired her to run her first race, and since then she's become like the Run Disney runner, and she runs so many races and it's just incredible. And we took a picture together. I asked her to tag me. We were home about a week later. I was like, oh yeah, I wonder if that gal tagged me, because she seemed nice. I want to check her out. And so I found the picture because she did tag me. I'll put the picture in here. We were just outside the castle, actually. It was right before we went to Cinderella's royal table. And I started looking at her Instagram account, and I immediately became hooked because I'm like a major Disney World lover, and obviously so is she. And then I found she has another Disney account, which is dedicated to all things Disney World and Disney parks. And I was just like, yes, you are my spirit animal. Do you know what I mean? Not to sound like really weird. But I've just so enjoyed following her since then. She actually is a creator as well. She makes, or a maker, I'm not sure how people label themselves, but she makes handmade mini ears, which are beautiful, gorgeous, very time-consuming, like intricate, amazing ears, which look amazing. And she sells other things as well that are kind of Disney-inspired. And she's just an all-around really cool person. She's got so much going on in her life at any given time. She has like so many different hats she wears. She's a dance teacher. I think she works at Lululemon. She has some, I don't know, she's got a lot going on, let's just say. But she's just really fun to follow and a very positive and uplifting person in general, and great to follow if you love all things Disney like me. So I'll put links to both of her Instagram accounts below. She is super sweet too. We've had a chance to chat a little bit since then, because I reached out and said, hey, you're great, let's be friends. And she was like, okay. And I was like, oh good, you don't think I'm too weird, because I can be a little weird in person. And by a little weird, I mean like super weird. But anyway, she's really sweet, and I think you should go show her some love if you love things Disney World and Disney parks and just Disney in general, like me. And especially if you're into Run Disney stuff, because she posts whenever she races. She posts pictures and stuff, and that's just, I love looking at stuff like that and kind of reminiscing and dreaming about hopefully a future where I'm running those races again. So check Brooke out and send her some love. And then last but not least, it's been a half an hour, but last but not least, my mommy baby favorites. I'll just do these really quickly, you guys, because I know this video is like crazy long. Lots of questions about the silicone like built-in plate placemats that I talked about a lot in my Disney content from the past couple of weeks. This is a definite favorite for a while now. This one is the Live Eco or Live Eco. I'm not sure which one it's supposed to be. I got this on Amazon. I know Easy Peasy makes one too. We also have that one, so we have this one and that one. The Easy Peasy one, the center compartment's a little bit smaller and the other compartments are a little bit bigger, so it just depends on proportions and stuff. I use this when I'm mainly serving Charlotte, just like kind of a all-in-one kind of meal, because it's a bigger compartment. When I have more things to serve, I will use the other one because there's a little bit more space in like the side areas or sections. I don't know if any of this is making sense, but this is great. If you have a child that likes to throw food or throw plates, cups, anything, really just throw anything. This is great because it doesn't suction to the table, but it's silicone, so it doesn't budge from the table. It works on a variety of surfaces. You can use it on tablecloths, you can use it on glass, you can use it on wood, you can use it on anything, and it really stays put very well. And it's hard for a baby to really pick this whole thing up, at least so far. We've been using it for several months and it's just made my life so much easier. I even have one that I leave in my car to take to restaurants. It might seem like kind of bulky to take that sort of thing to a restaurant, but it makes a huge difference in the quality of dining out with her because I don't worry so much about her like picking up a plate, throwing it on the floor, or having to like put stuff directly on the table, which I don't really like doing if I can avoid it. So these are great. I think they're dishwasher safe. I always wash them by hand. I kind of like washing things, so that's how I do it. But I just thought I'd mention it here because I get a lot of questions on that. Last but not least, a toy favorite. I had to write this down. I couldn't bring this up because Charlotte plays with it and I didn't want to move it from its spot. It's the Fisher-Price Little People Magic of Disney Mickey and Minnie's Playhouse set. This was a gift for Charlotte for Christmas from her aunt, and she loves this. She loves Mickey Mouse, first of all. She loves anything Mickey. And this is great. Little People are these like little plastic figurines that are safe for toddlers because they're big, you know, they're not like choking hazards or anything like that. The little house is so cute. I'll pop in a picture. It's got like a little Minnie section, a little Mickey section, a little part for Pluto. It actually folds into itself, so you can kind of like do that too. And as she gets older and more interested in imaginative play, she can play more with that parts. But she's already kind of begun that. She does like to bop the little figurines around into the kitchen and into the little chairs and stuff. And she especially loves the little Pluto figurine. When she really likes something, she'll kind of hold it up to her ear or her face. And every time she sees Pluto and she goes, you know, she zooms over there and she grabs Pluto and she holds him to her face and she bops him along the counter. Lately she's taken to feeding them Cheerios. It's really cute. And it's also, I keep it like stationed on our coffee table because it's a really great height and support surface for her to practice her standing. Charlotte is doing really great with her physical therapy and making a lot of advancements and progress, I should say, in assisted standing and just being more comfortable on her feet. She spends a lot of time just standing by herself at that table, and she's very close to pulling up by herself too. So we're very excited about that. If you watched my 1-year update about her, she is a little bit behind in those things, but not in a worrisome way. And the physical therapy has been so helpful, and she's just been progressing so quickly. Even our physical therapist has said that she's been really surprised at how quickly Charlotte's been just like zooming through, picking up on things. Anyway, that is everything. This was a long video. I am so sorry it took so long. There's so much to share, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, if you want to see some of my favorite moments from our month as a family, you can check out my blog for that post. And I can't believe it's the beginning of another month. Here we go, April. Bring on the April showers. I want those May flowers. Hope you guys are doing well, enjoying reasonable spring weather wherever you are. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye, you guys. Take care.